Jerry Jones spoke about the potential of using Tony Romo during the remainder of the regular season as a backup. Take a listen.
I want to do what gives us the best chance to have Tony contribute to a championship. And we're speaking about Tony right now, but I do want Tony to be ready to go in case that Dak should have an issue health-wise. And that gives us strength going into the playoffs. So not from the standpoint of necessarily protecting Dak, or protecting your quarterback when you've got the bye cinched or in the playoffs, but from the standpoint of having Tony the readiest to come in and play would be my immediate or quick assessment.
First of all, it's incredible that the Cowboys are in this position that they can wrap up home field advantage throughout the playoffs and have 2 games to go in the regular season. Right. I mean, it's crazy to think about at the beginning of the year. But is this a whoosh to Tony Romo to say, go ahead and clean it up, boy, because everybody else, the men, did all the hard work. Now you go out there and play the last 2 meaningless games.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this guy has meant too much to the franchise just to toss him out there for garbage time, in essence, games that don't even really count towards anything once they have locked up the #1 seed in the NFC. This is your $18 million man. I do understand to a point what Jerry is saying. You do want Tony to be fresh,
right?
Because we know he got injured in the preseason, so he hasn't been in a regular season game. And then what happens if you go to the playoffs and Dak gets injured and you have to bring in Tony, who's awfully rusty? But it's a way to do it and a way to be respectful of Tony Romo, because Romo took the high road, came out, met the media, had the speech, diffused any type of conflict there may have been about whose team it is, and Tony saying that Dak deserved the right to be the starting quarterback there. So you don't just throw him out there in meaningless games. You just have to find a proper way to get it done. Maybe you put him in there for a quarter or so,
as a backup.
Series as a backup, but we just don't toss him out there just because.
I think the thing that we're not even looking at is, does Dak need more reps? And I know it's one brilliant 12-game stretch, but still just 12 games versus a guy who's been in the league for double-digit years, right? So it's like, I wonder who needs it more. I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is.
I agree with that. Also, you need to talk to Tony, because Tony's feelings, I'm sure they're hurt. You know how he said he just feels like his heart got ripped out because he wants to be out there with his team. So you don't want to crush him even more by tossing him out there in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, it's tough. You get bruised egos and, man, I used to be the guy. Now I'm not the guy.
I'm just out here just
one of the guys.
You don't want to do that to Tony.
It's not a good feeling.
You need to handle it right.